Pepper says, are you ready to start decluttering in this garage? I know I am.
Hello everyone and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. For today we are back in this garage decluttering another section. Now it's pretty cold now. This morning it was 32 degrees and it's gonna go up to about 67. So still good weather to get in this garage and start clearing out another section, even though it's a little chilly in here. Now, this is Hubby's video series, so whatever he declutters, he gets final say. And he wants to work on the area right behind me, by the ladder, by the front door, and this area right over here. And if time, we would love to be able to get into that bench right over there, just clearing off the tabletop and getting rid of things that we don't need. And I also want to give a shout out to Jackie W 9470. Your super thanks donation was so generous and it just helped me follow my life's passion, and that is to help heal everyone in hoarding disorder or family members who have loved ones with hoarding disorder. And it's just to bring the awareness of this so that everyone can start healing and growing and decluttering. And I just want to say thank you so much. This video is dedicated to you.
So now that we're in a happy, motivated space, let's get started. Now, this stuff right here is a keep, but some of this stuff is sell, and it's kind of in the way of our path from getting stuff from the back of the garage out into the driveway. That's how Hubby likes to declutter. He likes to take all the stuff out into the driveway and start sorting it into piles. And last week I talked about the 4-box method because I noticed that naturally that's how Hubby was sorting his piles out in the driveway. But another thing that I noticed was that he definitely is decluttering the same categories of stuff. And that's why I had named this the 10 things to declutter from your garage right now. And in the past 5 videos, these are the 10 categories that I recognized. The first one is going to be old paint cans. Any of those cans that were expired or dried up paint, or even paint that was good that we no longer needed. I noticed that we immediately got rid of them. We also got rid of old painting supplies, like the old paintbrushes that rusted or they were just crusty, and even some of the paint rollers and stirrers and different supplies that you need that just weren't good anymore. They were immediate decisions to let them go. Another thing that I had noticed that Hubby made quick decisions on were broken tools. You know, the tools that don't work anymore, or if he had duplicates of one, because he knew he wasn't going to use them. And under that same umbrella, he had tools that were good, that weren't a duplicate, but he knew he wasn't going to use them. So he put them in his sell donate pile. So tools is a good thing to go through and declutter quickly. And moving along that list is number 3, and that is unfinished DIY projects. I noticed that, there were a few projects that we didn't finish, that we really had no ambition to finish, and there was also materials for those projects that we just didn't plan to complete. So that is another easy decision to let go of. Number 4 on that list is going to be worn out sports equipment. We had noticed that there were some sports things like basketballs that actually had a rip in it and we couldn't use it. We had to throw it out. There was also baseball equipment that was outdated. The kids outgrew them. They couldn't use them anymore. So decluttering outdated or broken sports equipment can really open up some space in your garage. And number 5 is going to be old lawn and garden chemicals and gardening tools or supplies. You know, in my garden nook, there was all kinds of stuff that we were able to declutter. There was also a bunch of old lawn care and chemicals and different supplies that it was easy to let go of. There's no need to keep them. They were taking up way too much room. Number 6 on the list is going to be unused car accessories and parts. During these past couple of videos, there was a lot of miscellaneous car radios, car parts, old oil, all things cars that Hubby let go of, because some of those car parts, we don't even have the car anymore for it. So there's no need for it to be stuck in his garage. So we let go of a lot of stuff. And I am sure there's a ton of miscellaneous car accessory and parts in your garage too. Number 7 is a big one, and that is empty boxes and containers. Let me tell you, how many empty boxes, containers, packaging, you name it. There is so much in here because we always saved it for the just in case we needed to use it, but we never had to use it, really. So we let go of so many boxes and containers. I would say that that was a huge percentage of what we had. So let me pause a moment and tell you all what we're doing right now. So of course, this back corner by the door, this is where we go in and out from the house to the garage. We're just clearing it all out. We're taking all of the stuff out into the driveway and we're separating it into keep, trash, recyclable, sell, and donate. Now, it's been a while since we've been able to go in and out of the garage with nothing around our feet. So cleaning off the steps, clearing off this whole area, sweeping it all up. I mean, you can tell it hasn't been swept up in a while, but that's okay because we're doing it now. And it's going to be so nice going in and out of the garage now. Now, this cabinet right here, it actually came with the house, and hubby wants to keep it because he stores paint cans, spray paint, all kinds of things. But it's chipping away, the old paint. So he's just using the shop vac to kind of get some of this chipped paint off of it because in the future, he wants to repaint it. That way it's usable when we start reorganizing and creating spaces in the garage for him. Another thing that he wants to do is there is this empty space right here and he wants to close it off. He has no use to have this open half space in the wall because he wants to close it off so that he can have a shelving unit there. That way he can store and organize his stuff vertically, opening up more space in his garage. But to do that, we got to get all this miscellaneous stuff up out of here. And of course, once we finish decluttering a section, we sweep it up, we clean it out. That way it's going to be ready and it looks so much better. Now this wall organizer right over here and all the tools hanging off of it, yep, we're not keeping any of it. Again, because hubby is going to take that shelving unit that's on the other wall and transfer it against this wall. Now, moving on to the refrigerator, he's going to get rid of the refrigerator, but he'd like to sell it. Now, if we're going to sell it, we need to get rid of all the crap that's sitting on top of it. And on that note, that's going to bring us to number 8, and that is declutter any old unused furniture or appliances that is sitting in your garage because these pieces take up so much space. Now, hubby is going to sell the refrigerator, and also a lot of you had commented before about the curio, and since it is hubby's, it was his parents, he actually decided to let it go. And I appreciated all of your loving comments saying to maybe put it in the living room, but it's way too big for the living room. And I love the idea of it being in the basement too, but I really don't know where to put it. And again, at the end of the day, it was hubby's final decision and I agreed with whatever he decided. And let's move on to number 9, and that's going to be excess seasonal decor. That's the seasonal decor that's like worn out by the weather, maybe it got broken, maybe it's really out of style, or maybe you rarely used it. Those are the next category of stuff that you can very easily let go of. And last but certainly not least is going to be number 10, and that is bikes or outdoor gear that you don't use, right? So bicycle accessories like maybe helmets or elbow pads. When it comes to outdoor gear, that could be camping gear, tents, sleeping bag, footwear, cooking gear. There's so many things that go into camping gear. And there's some things that you haven't seen or used in years. So those are great things to go through because the kids grow up so fast. There's so many things that we just don't use anymore. And this whole process over the past month of decluttering these items have helped us open up this space in the garage so Hubby can see what he actually has. He wants to organize and transform his garage into a functional area so that he can work in all seasons. So in the wintertime, he has an open space to fix something and safely put a space heater in there to keep him warm. That's why it's important to declutter first. And when we looked up, we noticed that there was a ton of dust on the wall. It's probably like 16 years worth of dust up there. So we grabbed some of the dusters. Now this one was being thrown out, and now we're definitely throwing out because it was leaving the fibers on the wall. So we had to switch to this one. That way we got everything nice and clean. Hubby also got his shop vac and was just cleaning up some of the dust and debris on the table and also on the windowsill. Now, here's a lot of the stuff out on the driveway. Some stuff is already loosely put into categories, and hubby has to sort through all of the things, making decisions on what he's keeping and what he's letting go of. This indeed is a big job, but each and every week we have been chopping away at this. And as hubby was sorting through this, I was at my son's school helping with the fall festival. The kids were creating pens and all kinds of fun things. So that's when hubby was sorting, because when I got home, this was the tossy pile. It is humongous. It is another huge pile of stuff that is going out today. Now, a lot of this stuff is actually recyclable because you can see a lot of cardboard boxes and paper and that type of stuff that we can easily recycle. And we don't leave the pile sitting there. No, the garage declutter is only complete once we have sorted and organized all of the tossy pile into its proper containers, proper boxes, knowing what we're doing with it. A lot of this, again, is recyclable, but some of it, just a few pieces, is selling, and a whole lot is trash. But we always have everything completely organized and done before we show the final reveal. But we realized that we forgot to show all the rags that we were throwing out in the tossy pile. So we figured we'd just very quickly record it now, throwing it into the garbage can. And now me and hubby are so happy to show you the newly opened up space in the garage. This looks amazing. The fact that there's a clear space from the front door, the front step. I mean, it's been a while since we had something like that. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what this garage is going to look like. We've definitely decluttered a lot of stuff in here. And hubby has a lot of ideas on how he wants to transform this garage because he wants to build a table. He wants to rearrange things. And I'm just overall just really excited about his future garage. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let something go in your home today too.